Hello, welcome to our first week of class. Being the first week and all, I thought I should take a couple minutes to walk you through the website and explain some of the basic features. I'm sure many of you have a couple questions, and I thought this would be a good idea. So what we can do is go through the beginning here. In the beginning, you'll this is remembering my login. In the beginning, you'll start with a screen like this that says nobody's logged in or whatever. You want to apply for a membership. Let's go ahead and do that together. So I'm just going to pick some email here, and I'm going to go with my name is Chuck Norris, my hero. I'll just pick some password. Wait, I'm just going to go with Chuck. That's going to be my first name, of course, will be Chuck Norris. The security, fraction, agree. I'm gonna go with don't remember me on this computer. Sign up. Boom, I'm in. Wait, how do I know if I'm in? This says I'm in, this says I'm not, but I bet if I just refresh. Let's refresh here. There you go, I'm in. Okay, that's how you sign up for daabz. And then the next thing you want to do after you sign up is you want to add a class. Here's how you add the class. These are all the classes that are available. You want to go with a teacher here. I heard this teacher's pretty good, Marquez. And pick the right class for you. Let's just say this is the right class for you. And you want to go with register. So you register. And there you go. It takes you to the assignments page for that class. Not only is it the assignments page, but you see the grades. You see the grades with dropping the lowest grades. You see the handouts. You just click on here and see what happens. You have a couple of handouts. You have the instructor's office hours, which are right here. And you have the syllabus for the course, which is right here. And it gives you a detailed explanation of all the standard syllabus stuff. Alright, so let's get back here. Again, if you're ever lost here, just go to your name here, say my class, and it'll take you to your assignments page. Now, these are all homeworks. This tells you when they're due. This tells you the points that you need. In this case, you need 50, and it tells you how many you've earned. So, for example, let's do some homework. This tells you quiz number 1 is already up. It's due this Sunday. Homework number 2 is already up. You need 250 points. Now these points are all just like flashcards. It's a flashcard concept for the 21st century. And basically it's a way of helping you learn very, very basic facts. Sort of like learning your ABCs or your times tables, the way you would have done that in elementary school. That's how basic these facts are supposed to be. You just look at them and you know them. For example, how do you calculate this arc length? The arc length here would be given by 1 radian. And it's 1 out of 2 pi. That's the proportion. 1 out of 2 pi. If it was a whole circumference, it would be 2 pi r. So this would be the right proportion. And you see the ka-ching, ka-ching. It means we got it right. 1 degree would be definition. It's a basic fact. You just got to know it's 1/360th slice of the circle. And you see the points here are accumulating. I have 1 point out of the 350. If I have a question, I can hit this one. Suppose I don't know what the answer is. The volume of a sphere. This is a sphere. The shading implies that not just a circle, it's volume. Everybody knows it's 4/3 pi r cubed, so it's this one. And you see the points are going up here. I've accumulated 2 points out of the 350. The 0 over here tells you this in case you get something wrong. Suppose I get this one wrong. It'll tell me, whoops, I got it wrong. Oh, that volume is too high. And so now I've got to get it right, and it'll get me back to 0. And then once I get another one right, it'll bump up the score here. So this keeps track of your score. The other thing too is if you want to skip it, if you don't know this one, you can skip it, but watch the points. What happens if you skip it? You lose a point. The other thing that can happen is suppose you want a hint. Oh, we already did the hint. Oh, suppose you wanted to have a question about this and you want to know, hey, I don't understand how to do this. You could click this button and it pulls up this link. Then you could post it on the forum or email it to somebody, say, can you help me figure out this question? Why does it do this? When you go to any browser, say we go to some other browser here, and you type in that link here, it'll take you to the exact same question right there. I told you. This is a way of referencing any question that you have trouble with. Anyways, these things will help you learn all your basic facts about arc length or whatever the week's topic is. And you'll see that after a while you'll become really, really good at these. Maybe the first 100 are hard, but after that they get easier. And if they're really hard for you, you should be happy, because that means it's the perfect medicine for you. You should be really, really doing this if it's hard for you. The point is, it's supposed to be super easy. I heard a little beep, so that means somebody's asking me a question. Well, it's probably personal. I'll answer it in a second. Let me continue here. That's how you do the daabz. And we go back to my class here. You see the points we've accumulated, 3 out of the 350. After you're done with it, you'll see a check mark pop up here. That means you're done. If you don't see a check mark, you got to keep doing more until you get to 350. They're just a bunch of flashcards that repeat over and over and over again. Okay, the other thing that to note here is the assignments. Quiz number 1. Here's the link for it. You would click on the link and it would take you to quiz number 1. You see it up here, quiz number 1. It has a couple of features. It has a PDF file which tells you a bunch of questions, and you're going to answer A, B, C, or some of them. Sometimes the answer will be both A and B, or A, B, and C. So you need a lot of creativity, and you need to have an open mind, because these quizzes will emphasize ideas and thinking about things in different ways, and hopefully they'll stir up a lot of good things in you. You'll become a chef, after this. At least you'll see how a creative process works in mathematics. Anyways, you would print this. If you're in one of the classes on campus, you would print this and come to class, and we can discuss it. If you have any questions on them, or you can come to my office hours, or you can post questions here on the forum if you're in one of the online classes. You should be printing these as soon as they're available, and start looking at them. And once you're done, you come back here and you submit. Of course, you click on them. There's also this excellent button I invented here, which says you can save the draft. And what it does is it's saving all the answers that you've got so far. I'll save it one more time. And suppose that you come back to it another day and they're all gone. You could just get them back, and there they are. They've been saved. Of course, they don't get submitted until you hit this button. But you shouldn't do it the way I'm doing it, because then you're going to get them all wrong. But suppose you go on and do something like that and you submit. Guess what happens? Whoa, it tells you some immediate feedback. And also it says you really screwed up. You need to check yourself before you wreck yourself. And not only that, but if that's all it did, it'd be awesome. But it does a few other things. Here, this counter tells you you've already submitted a 1. You got a maximum of 5 times to submit before the deadline. But I wanted to point out the other thing it does is, if you saw that pop-up email here, that gives me a hint. Hey, you want some hints? You got a whole bunch of them wrong. For example, take a look at 13 and 27. So this is giving me some hints about some of the ones that I missed. So the grading is incredibly generous. It's every time you do this bad job on this, you get an email like that and giving you a little tiny bit of some hints as to which ones you should look at. Anyways, turn this in before Sunday nights and you'll be good to go. Bring them into class, and that's how the grading works. Now, you might be wondering, how am I going to learn all this stuff? And that's a really, really good question. So the way we divided the course is everything that's graded is here in daabz. This is all your graded stuff. Okay, but everything that needs to be learned, sort of like your textbook, would be the other website, MathHands. MathHands is where you learn everything. This is sort of like your textbook. So if you're, for example, in the pre-calc class, you click here and these are your sections. This is a table of contents. These things here are separators. They're markers that are marking which assignments we do which week. So our quiz number 1, for example, would cover all these sections. So, by the way, this first week is intense. There's so much work for pre-calc the first week, almost more than anything, because it's just review of some of the basic things from algebra, but it's intense, so I really recommend that you don't leave this till the end. By right now, you should almost be done with all these lessons and be ready to take the quiz. Let me walk you through just one of these lessons. Suppose you go through with degree 3. You click on here, you watch the video, you click play. This would start the video. If you have any trouble with this, try a different browser. Usually Safari and Chrome work best. If you want to download them, you should right click on here and you could say save link as, and you see up here that it'll save the file as something. That was a flash one. Some of them are easier to save than other ones. The other important things to note here is the worksheet. This has excellent problems the way you would have in a textbook. Has notes, it has a lot of worked out examples, has summaries, and then it has, for all the exercises, these exercises, you would go over here and you'd have solutions, and they're worked out in great detail, how you do everything. If you were to print all of these worksheets, you'd basically have a textbook. And then of course there's the self-quiz here, which has you practicing things much the way you would on the actual quiz that's graded. So you have a lot of tools here. Every single lesson has a lot of tools. It has the video, of course, the worksheet, the notes, the solutions, and the self-quiz. Once you do all that and you're good with it, then you've done that lecture, and then you can go on to the next lecture and the next one and the next one until you complete all the week's assignments. I'm going to pause here for a second, and then I'm going to come back on the second part of this video and explain how to post on the forum, maybe a couple things about posting on the forum. Okay, let me pause this now, and we'll see you guys here in a couple of minutes.